Hey, thank you for coming back. Really means a lot. And in today's video, I'd like to talk to you about these. This is the UGreen HiTune T1 earbuds. Now, they are a nice stem style earbud, unlike the other HiTunes which just fit inside your ear. This has the stem design on it, meaning this little piece that comes down. And this is not my first pair of stem style earbuds, but it is the first ones that I'm actually reviewing for you. Now, these earbuds, the T1s, they use 4 microphones. That means there's 2 microphones in each earbud. And these microphones utilize DSP, or digital signal processing, for the microphones. They claim that they cut out about 90% of the background noise, so you can have a cleaner and clearer call or communication with somebody with the microphones. More on that in just a moment. Now in here they also use 6mm graphene drivers to give you optimal sound. On the back you got a USB-C charging port, which is pretty cool because that means it does charge a little bit quicker. They do utilize Bluetooth 5.0, and you get 5 hours runtime with these. And with the case, you get up to 24 hours runtime total. What do I mean by that? Well, once these start going down, you pop it in here and charge it up, and you get to 24 hours because of the battery inside the case. Now, a 10-minute charge, meaning like once these run down, you put it back in the case for 10 minutes to charge it back up. For a 10-minute charge, you get an additional 1 hour playtime. So that's actually pretty nice, actually. 10 minutes, and you get, an hour's worth of playtime after that. Now these are IPX5 waterproof. I don't know why they say waterproof. It should be more like water resistant, because you do not want to submerge these in water. I mean, it's great for like you sweating, maybe a nice light rain or a quick splash, but submerging these, no, it won't work. And they do have ENC noise canceling in it, and these are either twin or mono playability. What do I mean by that? Well, you can either have them both in listening at the same time, or you can stick one in at a time, listen to this one. When this one kind of goes, goes dead, you pull the other one out and you listen on the other ear. So you can either use it in mono mode or twin mode. All right. Now, before I go any further, let me stop the video right now and give you an audio example of the built-in microphones. What you're hearing now is the audio from the microphones in the UGreen HiTune T1 earbuds. I'm sitting in my room and there's nothing running. No computers, no laptops, no TV, no fans, not even the heat. Well, it's still wintertime, so I got the heat on. All my windows are closed because it's cold out. And this should be the ideal setting for these microphones to perform in as quiet environment as I can make it. And this is what it sounds like. Now what you are hearing is some background noise. I turned on my laptop and I got some background noise going to kind of simulate a busy scenario. Like you may be being in a mall, in an office environment, or out and about shopping in a store. I'm going to pause a little bit just so you can hear the background noise if it comes through. I'm going to wait a few seconds. Okay, so that was the background noise. Hopefully it came through. And this is what the microphones and the UGreen T1 earbuds sound like with some simulated background noise. Just to give you an idea of how these will perform not only in absolute quiet, but possibly in a crowded or busy scenario as you go out throughout the day. I hope this was a very good audio example for you. And let's get back to the review. Okay, now that you heard what the microphones sound like in the T1 earbuds, I'd like to make one comment about them. When you have that ideal setting, for me anyway, they sound really, really well. But when you start getting into more of the background noise, you know, something being busy, or you're out in a mall or in a store and there's a little bit more noise around you, the audio tends to be a little bit choppy. And I think that happens to do with the noise canceling in the microphones. I think it's a little too aggressive. It's trying so hard to cut out the background noise that it actually chops up your voice a little bit, makes it a little bit harder to hear. In that audio clip, or the test clip I just played for you, the only background noise, what I'm playing is basically like a crowded office or like a convention hall or something. That's all it is. It's just a bunch of people talking around in the background. That's it. But if you go rewind this video and listen, it almost sounds like something out of a horror movie. So yeah, I think the software in these is just a little bit too aggressive to cut out that background noise. If they were to tone it down a little bit, I think they would sound a lot better, meaning the microphones. Now, I'm not a big fan of stem style earbuds. And the reason why is, like some people, maybe not all, my ears are different. Both of them are different. Like take for instance, the silicone ear tips. I actually have to use two different sizes for them to seat properly inside my ears, because one will fall out. And it's usually my right ear. With these, with stem style, the right ear, it never seats properly. Never. They always tend to work their way loose, or just never really work their way in, and it doesn't seat properly. And what do I mean by seating properly? Well, with any earbud, stem style, or any other kind, if you seat it properly, it cuts out a lot of the ambient noise, and you really get those low ends coming in once you get them seated properly. So if you ever bought a pair of earbuds and it's like, wow, there's really no bass in it, first off, make sure you got the right sized ear tips, and secondly, most importantly, that they're seated properly inside your ears. If they're not seated properly, you lose a lot of the low end. It's just that plain and simple. But once I did get these to seat properly in my ears, the sound was really, really, really good. The bass is very deep and very warm and well-rounded without being muddy at all. The mid-range punches through crystal clear through the mix. I mean, it comes through, it's very sharp. The high end, man, it's very, very clean and crisp with the high end. I mean, you could hear everything, the really nice deep bass guitars playing, all the way up to the nice cymbal crashes. I mean, you can really hear it. And there's no ear piercing at all, even up when you got it turned up all the way. Your ears don't hurt, either from the mix being too tinny or not. And no, these are not tinny at all. And the bass doesn't even muddy up anything when it's cranked up all the way. I didn't hear any distortion coming out of these either. I mean, it doesn't get overly loud, but it gets pretty darn loud in these. Now they are touch control, and that's the other reason why I'm not a fan of stem style earbuds. You got this nice small little stick here to try to touch everything in, and as you can see, I got big bulky fingers, and it's really hard for me to get in there and touch and control, you know, either the volume, to skip tracks or whatever. The way my ears are and the way my fingers are and how small stem style type earbuds are, they're not for me, okay? They might be for you. You might not have a problem for you or with them at all. But for me, no, I don't like stem style, but I couldn't pass these up because the original HiTunes that I reviewed for you sound fantastic. I still use those every day. As a matter of fact, I got another pair of them just in case I lose them or they break or something. I got a backup pair. I love the UGreen HiTunes, the original ones that I did a review on. These, like I said, for some people these may not be for, because I have trouble, first of all, setting stem style earbuds in this ear. It always works loose, or it just doesn't seat properly, and I don't really get the full effect. I mean, in order for me to get and test this for you for the review, I almost had to hold this one in a little bit with my finger just so it would seat properly so I can listen to the audio. But if you don't have a problem with stem style type earbuds, I would highly recommend you get these. They sound fantastic. The UI or user interface is a little, you know, it's a little getting used to. I mean, right here, this is the box that they come in. And on the back, they give you some directions on how to operate it, and there is some more directions inside the box too. And you know, like for your volume up and down is one eared, skip, you know, and you just got to remember what earbud does what. And like I said, with my big bulky fingers and the way my ears are, it's hard for me to get in there and deal with it. But that's me, okay? I still would recommend these to anyone who has no problem with stem style earbuds. Now, the only other thing that's kind of a negative about this is there's only one LED light for the battery indicator. And that's it. I really wish there would have been, like on the other case, you know, a couple of them, even 3 lights telling you how much battery life you got. Instead of you having to rely on the little LED, which is right in the center there, and it's really small. I wish they could have put the regular battery indicator 3 or 4 in there to tell you what they are, instead of you relying on, oh look, it's a flashing, you know, red light and means it's either halfway done, or, and you got to remember that. So that's the only other bad part about these. But if you don't use these for an extended amount of time every single day, you'll probably easily get a couple of days worth out of them. But if you do use these a lot throughout the day, just get in practice of plugging them in at night to ensure that the battery is always topped up in the case and in the earbuds. And that's really about all I got to say, besides that the magnets, just like the other ones, are really, really strong. Here, wait, let me show you again. These bad boys are not coming out of this case. They are easy to get in and out. It's not a problem. The nice magnets in here, wow, they are strong. And by the way, these sound 200% better than those Edifier ones I reviewed recently. So stay away from those Edifier ones. Buy the UGreen HiTune T1s or the UGreen HiTunes, the original ones I reviewed for you. Trust me, you're going to love both of them. Well, that's it for the review. And if you liked this video, please give it that thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. Don't forget about the notification bell either. And it would really help me out a lot if you were to share this video and maybe some of my previous videos on all of your social media websites. And until the next video, you, your family, and your friends, let's not forget about the pets if you have them, have a great day.